Let's go. Less than 5 minutes, everybody.
So
Less than 5 minutes.
you're joining us here because you are our resident Canadian commentator. We need to have you here if a women's Canadian team are coming back against Australia. I think this is going to be a very good game. This could easily be the gold medal teams right here.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a super strong performance from the Canadian women in their opener against Malaysia. I haven't actually gotten to see the Australian women play so far, but I mean, last year they were a force, and I fully expect, again, they've got a lot of returning players, so I expect they'll still be just as strong.
I haven't seen them yet either, but I've heard that they have been playing stellar today. I know that they did beat the USA women, very close game there. I saw them playing over here against Malaysia, so I mean, I think both of these teams are medal hungry and ready to play.
Yeah, I think Australia lost a close one to the Malaysian women, but from the 5 minutes or so I got to see of it, it was a good close match. So I fully expect this is going to be another winner. So
we all love exciting games. I hope it's close. I hope it's a nail biter. I was just saying that it's really fun for us to watch nail biting games. That's what makes it. I'm sure it's really torture for those on the court, but we love the really close one-on-ones and the tie games.
Yeah, I think most of the players enjoy playing in the close ones a little more too. It's hard to keep your energy up when you're on either side of a blowout, I'd say.
Yeah. And this is the last game of the night. So after this game, we will be rejoining tomorrow at 3 p.m. So I think some of the teams are maybe feeling it a little bit at the stroke of 11:20. So.
Yeah. And hopefully everybody's had time to, if they aren't from this time zone, hopefully everybody's had time to adjust too.
Yeah, definitely.
I know for me this feels like 3 hours later than the actual clock.
So you don't usually play dodgeball or watch dodgeball at 2 a.m.?
Only if I have some certain sleep-related problems, yeah. Yeah, and then obviously for the teams from as far away as Australia, Hong Kong, a little more adjusting to do.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think most of them got here with quite a few days to spare, so that they could adjust to this.
I know Team Australia got here last Friday, giving them some time to see the sights and adjust to the time difference and get settled and really enjoy their time while they're here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's the first time in Los Angeles for quite a few of us, I think. It's definitely my first time, so.
Well, I hope you're enjoying it.
Mostly I've seen the place I'm staying and this.
Yeah, well.
I am enjoying that so far, so. Yeah, we can see both teams warming up so far. Nothing too novel to say about the warm-up. Earlier, before the event actually got underway, we saw the Canadian women were standing in a circle and just playing volleyball with a dodgeball. It seems to be part of the way that they kind of keep things light but get themselves moving. So.
They also have a very unique cheer from what I was hearing earlier. Hopefully we'll hear them do it again. The Aussies as a whole have great cheers across the board. They are a loud, rowdy group. I fully expect that even though it is very late here, them all to still be here yelling and cheering for their national team.
I would be shocked if that wasn't the case.
Yes. So they've got great cheers and enthusiasm and team spirit across the board.
Yeah, their coaching staff is part of the ridiculousness too. They encourage each other quite vocally. I'd say they're rabble-rousers, frankly.
Yes, yes. They got spirit.
Yeah. Yeah, the teams are warming up, they're in their huddle now after the warm-up. Coaching staff for both teams. Talking to them, last-minute advice. And now we're hearing the whistle to tell everybody to line it up.
So I think this will be a more equal opponent for Canada. Another team that plays similar to them is what my guesses are. Some big throwers as compared to the last game that we watched with Canada on this court.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I like to see good dodgeball, so that's mostly what I'm looking for here. I know we've got in the far corner for Australia, we've got Claire Spillane, who was, I would say Spillane was probably Australia's most consistent performer last year. She's great on the counters and throws, and there they get Byam out. And now O'Quinn holding the line, Croft threatening as well, and O'Quinn hitting out number 10. Croft just missed. Yeah, Lauren Keith falling from the Australian side.
4 left for Team Canada, and still with the 1 ball, they are pushing the line. That is a very unique strategy that I can't say I've seen too much of before. That without ball possession, without majority numbers, they are still pushing that line.
Yeah, and that was Shauna Rowe. Exactly, she's right up at the line when her team has only 1 of the 6 balls in play. And there they're gunning for Alex Young, returning player.
But it's working out for Team Canada. That strategy, as unique as it is, it's been working out. And I don't know if it's just to draw attention from the other side to protect the other 3 players.
Yeah, they definitely are trying to bait in bad throws and just kind of survive with that player playing up high. But usually that player doesn't come all the way up to the line. But I feel like teams have let Canada do that a little more than they should, and it's working out.
1 player left for Team Canada, 3-on-1.
Yeah, that is
And
Shauna
a
Rowe.
catch.
Wow. Yeah, catching out Alex Young and bringing a bit of help back in the form of Amelie Byam. Now we got 2-on-2. And now we see Mason conferring. Oh, just missing Byam there.
Australia with possession.
Slightly weak throw toward Byam, so she's all right for now. And the throws toward Rachel Dawson do not connect. And now Byam holding Canada's only ball and right up at the line again. Byam with a good block low. As that ball was heading for her feet. Mason.
And looks like that connected. 2-on-1. Row left for Team Canada.
Yeah, Mason's ball forced Byam into a defensive position, and then Dawson was able to counterattack. And now we see Rowe again right up at the line. Playing so aggressively, looking for the catch there. Oh, lost that ball from the retrievers, but now she's got both under her control again.
Pushing the line. It's a strategy, though. It looks like she's going for more of a bait and catch.
Yeah, she's shown grips, so. Close calls, though. I'm quite sure the Australians are not going to want to put anything in a position that she might be able to catch. Might force her to reach a bit. 2 throws, and one of those connected.
And that's first game to Team Australia. It is a close game, though. It's what we were hoping for.
Yeah, that one came down to a 2-on-1 that Australia was able to convert. And well played on both sides for the first point. So yeah, several returning members of the Australian squad as well. So Captain Claire Spillon. Rowena Mason has been on the team for a long time. Rachel Dawson, I believe, is returning as well. Lauren Keith and Alex Young. So about half the squad. That was an early throw. That one missed. That was Rosie Everett taking the shot. Now Canada up to the line. And we do not see a hit. Well, it looks like I just traded Elisa for Bill.
No, it's still Elisa. I just do a really good Bill impression.
Wow, that's convincing.
How you doing, Terry?
Doing all right, just enjoying the start of this match. Australia having taken the first point.
Okay, Australia versus Canada. Ooh, big match.
Yeah. And we see some dodging to the floor.
I am always impressed with people that can just willy-nilly go to their knees. It definitely takes its toll on me.
Yeah, having good knee pads, pretty important for playing dodgeball well, I would say. Something that can absorb the impact if you do drop down hard, because going low is a great way to avoid balls, but it can hurt.
Oh yeah, it definitely takes its toll. My left knee right now, not doing too hot there.
And we see O'Quinn and O'Quinn pressuring the line.
Taking that space is so important, making those players concentrate on you. Big counter throw from the other side, though. Super important when you get out that corner. Your corners are your corners for the reason that, you know, they're the best, most likely the best player at the corner spot. They know how to protect everyone. So taking that person out makes it a little bit easier to get those players out in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. We tend to see players. O'Quinn just making a block there.
Yeah.
We tend to see players who are good at controlling that space in front of them and letting go of their ball quickly and decisively and accurately when the time comes to let it go. So both O'Quinns in the corners, they are that sort of player. Byam going high, gets countered, and then the counter to the counter connecting. Lauren Keith knocked out after taking out Byam herself.
Byam has been doing work. I just passed by some of the Canadian games earlier, and she has an arm. It is a cannon.
She does indeed. Oh,
big shot. Taking out the Canadian corner.
Yeah. Croft in the middle was eliminated, and O'Quinn. Now we've got just Berkeley and the other O'Quinn. Oh, manages to tag Rosie Everett there. Well, welcome back, Elisa.
Oh, thank you. Just had to say bye real quick.
And there we see Australia taking another point to start this off. Strong start from them.
They are playing aggressive.
Yeah, they've been able to contain a lot of that aggression that Canada was showing against the Malaysian women.
Yeah.
Which is good because Canada obviously unable to get out to a strong start so far against Australia.
Yeah, that, like I was saying earlier, I think that they're more of an equal foe. They play similarly and putting Canada a little bit more back on their heels and making them kind of think twice about their strategy.
Yeah, we saw Malaysia give Canada a lot of space and Australia giving them some space, but not nearly as much. And so that hot start Canada had against Malaysia, they haven't been able to hit that same groove so far. And Australia, meanwhile, have been executing really well and have a 2-0 lead to show for it. We see 4 balls up. Ooh, taking out, I think that was, Lauren Keith hit out. Alex Young out as well. You see the O'Quinns up at the clear line. Now they're backing off a bit. Ball toward Byam, missing.
Oh, and a ball even running past our commentary booth here.
Yep, that came kind of close, but we're still safe, don't worry. And now that was a good shot onto Spillane. That underhand throw, sometimes just getting right under the blocking ball. I think if you're not used to facing those underhand throws, they're so hard to read.
They're very hard to read, know how to catch, usually hit you right in the foot without even knowing it. The windup is so different than overhand throw that I think majority of the time people are expecting. But again, like we mentioned earlier, dodgeball has a lot of softball players, previous softball players. And is very effective for a lot of girls out here.
Oh, there's a counter onto Byam. Looks like Everett was hit out maybe, so before her throw onto Amelie Byam, I guess. Mason, she's a catcher, so she's alone. I'm sure she's going to look for a catch if she sees a good one, bring some help back. Doesn't find it there.
And Canada takes the game. They're keeping it exciting for us.
Yeah. Yeah, putting themselves on the board. They're only down 1. There's a lot of time left. 14 minutes or so in the first half.
Yeah, it looks like Canada's playing with a slightly different strategy now. They had 5 left in the end there.
Yeah, definitely managing to connect and stay alive a lot better than in the first 2. Now off the rush. That was a miss from, I believe that was Everett, letting that one go. And now Canada going to put those 4 balls to use. And Byam blocking that one. Seems like Amelie Byam is directing traffic when she's on the court on offense. Ooh, it's a good shot from O'Quinn onto Spillane.
With as many veteran players on the court as there are, it seems like a lot of these girls have played against each other. They kind of understand how the other team plays a bit. It's familiar faces on the other side.
Yeah, there have been, like we were saying before, a lot of friendly rivalries across these two countries. So I'd say these players are mostly pretty familiar with the core of each team. So I see another windmill. That one doesn't connect. See Alex Young in the corner. Well, the stream viewers might not be able to see her, but she's creeping in from the left corner. And we got the score, or the time clock is blinking hard. It's distracting. I'll try to focus on the dodgeball. That's a lot more important.
Oh! So what happened there is she got hit, but she was trying to go for that ricochet catch because that ball is still live until it hits the ground.
Yeah. And if one of her teammates had been close enough to pick it up, that would have been a good catch too, but Byam was the only one close enough to make a play on it, and she couldn't get there. As the throws toward Everett, missing. Young posturing aggressively to protect her teammate. Throw to Rowe. I believe that first one got her on the shoulder. O'Quinn takes back over in the corner.
3 on 5 in favor of Australia.
Yeah, they have the player edge, although Canada has more balls right now. And so Richie's hit out, but so is Alex Young. I think Australia will take that trade, though, because they still have 4 players to 2.
Yep. What I love that O'Quinn just did there is that she mixed up her throws one right after the other. She did an underhand throw and then immediately did an overhand throw. It really is a completely different kind of ball to read, and it can really be very effective on the other side.
I think that's a great point. She keeps her opponents off balance. Ooh, gets hit in the back of the head there as she goes low. And now it's just up to Kenley Croft. First time on the national team, and first time 1-on-4. He goes high and gets hit, and that's another point for the Australian side.
So that's great that there's, you said twin sisters on Team Canada, the O'Quinns.
Yeah, Jessica, who was on the team last year, and Jacqueline, who's new to the team this year, but
I love when it stays in the family. You see brothers playing, sisters playing. I'm sure Christina may have mentioned to you earlier, her son plays and is a very good player. His name's Xander. He's here today. So I think that's the only mother-son duo I know of, but I love it when dodgeball stays in the family and is carried down through generations or with siblings.
And there's Jeff Floro from Hong Kong and his son Eric Ceruto. Just kidding. They look really similar, but yeah.
There are father-sons though that play here in the U.S.
For sure.
It brings a whole new meaning to dodgeball family.
Rowena Mason hit out there. Luckily, that ball did not bounce over and hit her teammate Dawson, but see Barry missing. Ooh, and there, O'Quinn baited to the ground and then hit by the second throw. And now we see Canada back up to the line. So Quinn letting go, and it's blocked. Croft and Rowe still holding the line. And now they back off. Still trying to stay aggressive and force the Australians to take the space away from them. And O'Quinn blocking the one ball that makes its way onto her. Okay,
looks like there's a ball on the court from another game. That happens sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, great shots.
Great shot.
Byam countered, though.
Wow, lucky you.
Big throws, both directions right there.
I did your laundry.
No, I feel so bad.
I don't do that.
Hey, you gotta walk next time they get breakfast.
I take my laundry. I'm gonna be the best girl that's ever been on your team.
Getting a little feedback on the microphone. Sorry about that. And we're back.
We're seeing, just saw Barry get hit under her block there. That was a great throw. Now
It's
Australia.
3-on-2.
5 balls in the hands of Australia. Croft gets hit. A little
One-
frustrated.
One left for Team Canada.
And this is Jacqueline O'Quinn, that windmill.
Oh.
That was one. Oh no, I think that first one got her.
Okay.
It looked good. It looked like she managed
It did.
Yeah, Australia playing real strong. 4-1 lead right now.
You can hear them cheering over there.
Yeah.
They are organized.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the mics are picking up the Australian cheers, but they're there.
They're there. They all know them.
Yeah.
They're very organized.
Yeah, and meanwhile we see from at least some of the Canadian players some signs of frustration. I think they're just going to have to fight through that. Like, not every match is going to go as well as their first one, so going to have to make sure that they stay focused, stay executing on their game plan, and see what they can find against Australia, who's been playing them really close and really well.
Yeah, it's still anybody's game. I think the difference between this game and the last game I saw with them is that in the last game, Canada really pushed the momentum. They set the momentum of the game. They were in control of it the whole time. And right now, Australia is playing their game. They're playing measured. They're not letting Canada push them around at all. So they are controlling the game. And I think that's where like the dynamic shift seems to be happening right now.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, we made the observation that Canada was really controlling the pace against Malaysia, just dictating what happened in the game. And you're right, I think Australia is doing that more consistently than Canada right now, and so it's no surprise they've got the 4-1 lead.
Yeah.
But we're about to get back to it. The 6th set of the match.
And they're off.
Byam surviving with the 2-ball block there.
Canada coming together now. See what strategy they go with here.
Barry got countered. That probably wasn't part of Canada's strategy, but that was a good hit from, I believe, Everett. And now Australia back to the line. 5 balls. Byam takes a shot and gets hit out. It's an aggressive play. There we see Jessica O'Quinn surviving the attack, and now Canada with 4 balls. We'll go back on the offensive.
5-on-4. It seems like Canada's strategy is much more offensive play, and Australia is defensive, and they're kind of playing their game. They wait for the right opportunity to push the line and put their big guns out there. They're just playing very calm and measured right now.
It's a shot by O'Quinn. That does eliminate Lauren Keith. But it's still a 4-on-3 player advantage for Australia. They go for Croft and connect. But lose Mason in the exchange as well. Still
1-3 now.
Yeah, still going 1-for-1 a bit. Still favors Australia. And there's a good block by Spillane.
1 ball left on the court for Canada right there, in a difficult position for her to pick up.
I assume they'll go for Rowe here. While Everett holds O'Quinn at bay. Well, doesn't need to if she misses. Now there's still 1 ball on the Canadian side, but I don't think Shauna Rowe's going to run for it right now. They go for O'Quinn and connect. She goes high but can't actually stay alive. And now Rowe is going to be able to pick up that ball. Has the ball advantage, but doesn't have any friends anymore. Tries a sneaky crossbody throw.
Looks like she's playing a little bit more defensive right now.
Yeah, good blocking position there. Rowe stays alive, goes toward the middle and misses. Goes aggressive.
And gets one.
Yeah, Rosie Everett knocked out there. Now 2-on-1. cross court there. Not fooling Spillane. No simultaneous throws, but Rowe avoids them. Taking her time setting up. Oh, and there's the hit on Spillane.
And it's a 1v1, my favorite thing. Very exciting.
Yeah, Rachel Dawson still in it, trying to salvage this point for Australia and make sure Canada doesn't build up any momentum.
This could be a big dynamic shift for Canada.
Rowe's shot
and
connects.
There it is. It's now 4-2.
So Shauna Rowe finishing off a comeback on that point for Canada. They were down on players for pretty much the whole thing.
Yeah, let's see if Canada can carry this momentum to the second game and get a little bit of mojo going for them.
Well, the Australian cheers are trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Australia preserves the momentum.
Yeah. Sure, you can hear the Aussies out there.
Rabble rousers. I love it. The enthusiasm is great, obviously.
They make these tournaments very fun.
So, score clock that we were looking at is, oh, that was a good hit onto Keith. Yeah, the score clock is now just dead, I think, so they are having to use some handheld timers instead of the clock that we had been able to see before. Spillane there blocking the windmill throw. Berkeley yields the ball to O'Quinn in the corner. Ooh, that casual fake got a bunch of the Australians to flinch pretty hard, but yeah, they managed to hit O'Quinn out. Oh, Richie tries to catch the Australians sleeping. But they are still 5 strong. And now as they figure out their play, come to the line, and that shot doesn't connect with Bayam. So now Canada hoping to even the numbers back up player-wise. Yeah, they do. They get Dawson. They miss Young.
Good play by Canada. 4-on-4 now, keeping it close.
And I think that might be the sudden death whistle. No, that's actually talking. That's the refs conferring about something.
Very solid refs on the court right now. All the refs are solid.
Yeah, I feel like the officiating has been quite good. Everything I've seen today. We're back to it. And yeah, looks like they get.
Looks like that gets her a little.
Yeah, that was Croft eliminated. Now Canada.
Berkeley left on the right corner for Canada.
Bayam missing high. Berkeley and Spillane not managing to find each other in the trade. And Captain Ritchie still in the middle for Canada. But Australia comes to the line again with their 3 balls. Ritchie throwing at Young, but Young alertly blocking that.
Australia looks very calm. Taking their time.
Yeah, very calculated, very ready. Spillane blocking that ball. 2 balls coming in at her, and she survives it. Goes for Berkeley, who blocks right as she picks up a ball. And now Australia comes to the line again. Canada showing some pressure. Bayam, not yet. Not out on that hit. It bounced before it got to her. There we see Ritchie throwing and missing.
Looks like Bayam's trying to push that line there, and they get the opportunity.
Let's see what Australia can do. Yeah, there's a trade. Berkeley for Spillane. Again, I think generally Australia will take this because they do still have the numbers edge. And yeah, they find Bayam there. And it's just The veteran Jen Ritchie remaining for Canada against 3. Oh, good accurate throws there from the Australian women, and they clinch the point.
Good team throw.
Yeah, those were well timed and accurate.
Yep,
So.
definitely. Oh, and you hear Ozzy feeling it on that one. You can hear them singing. They've got a series of songs and cheers that the whole group of them just know down pat. It's very impressive.
Do you think maybe they have like a brochure or something that we could learn the song too?
I feel like they're drinking songs that they've adapted for dodgeball.
I think that's a pretty good guess. And so we're looking at a 5-2 edge for Australia. And the officials are conferring a little bit. Can't quite tell about what. Some oys emerge from the stands.
Oh, Canada's coming back with their own cheers.
It's not as inventive as the Australian ones. It's just a let's go Canada and some clapping, but you know, it does the job.
Oh, I think we're in a cheer off right now. I think that's what I'm hearing is a cheer off. Bring it on.
There's about a minute left in the first half. And there we see hit out on Keith. Now Canada, for the first time in a while, it feels like has a player advantage. Berkeley jumping one ball, blocking another, faking. Staying active. And letting Canada set up on offense.
Good block.
Croft with the throw, but that is blocked well by Everett. And then we see the throws back and forth missing. Byam does hit out.
Solid throw. There's some heat behind that one.
Yeah. She has got an arm all right.
Oh, and a catch by Young. Stellar catch.
And right before we go to sudden death, too. That's a good time to make a catch like that.
So it was no blocking yet again.
Yeah, I don't know if that favors either team here. I think both of them comfortable throwing, also normally good blocking teams, and the blocking's being taken away now.
It sounds like somebody from the Australian side even has an air horn or a megaphone. 2 megaphones. Oh, it's going to get loud in here now.
Oh, God. All right, so the first throw there from Spillane missing. She looks for Berkeley. Berkeley counters. Missing as well. And we have in the other Canadian corner, Brogan Moore. Keeping her feet moving and does not manage to make that catch. So Australia with that numbers advantage again.
Australia just remains cool as cucumbers. They don't seem to be overwhelmed or nervous or get too exhilarated by the game. They are just focused on what they're doing. They're having a good time.
Spillane there was hit out, so we do have a 3-on-3. Ooh, Everett, good dodges. And now Dawson thinking the better of going for that ball. This is awkward though, because there are balls in play on the Australian side that they just don't have in hand. It's a good hit onto Berkeley. So Keith and Dawson talking now. Dawson relaying the instruction.
Oh, stellar hit right in the foot by Jen Ritchie.
It's a good low sidearm. It's pretty much her trademark throw. But now Canada, no balls in hand. I'm sure both players are potentially looking for catches. McNeil goes low, gets under both balls. And now Canada at least can threaten. McNeil shooting and missing. One of those balls comes right back. Ritchie shares.
That ball just floating in the middle. It's kind of taunting Canada right now. For those at home that know that So the side could have possession. That means they have to throw, and if it's just on their side of the court, it means it's in their possession, whether it's in their hands or not. So that ball that's just out of reach for Canada without getting hit by one of Australia's impending balls.
Oh. Richie just absorbs that ball.
Oh!
Dawson answers with a catch of her own.
And she's safe. 2 on 2.
Brings back Rowena Mason.
Looks like Australia has a floating ball on their side now, just barely out of reach.
Yeah,
See if they can come up and get it.
And the ball retriever is not allowed to touch that until it crosses over the white line into the out of play area.
So it's a good strategy on Canada's behalf to keep them away from that ball, because that means the other team will have to throw, give up one of their 2 remaining balls, and make them vulnerable.
Yeah, you can try to use that as bait, or now they go toward Byam and hit her. And it's down to Richie again. He does have 2 balls in hand now. Richie has a deceptive throw, fakes aggressively. Strong catcher as well, and avoids the balls there. Still 2 balls in hand for Australia. And Richie, oh, there's
another catch. She was looking for it. She was wanting that catch.
Some clutch grips there. Brings Croft back on, and now Canada with the 2-on-1 advantage. Dawson has already made 1 catch, though.
And we are still in no blocking, so I mean,
That's right.
this is still sudden death here.
Yeah, Dawson looking for Croft, missing. Yeah, Dawson dropping her ball, ready for the catch if one of them was on target, but sidesteps those balls as they come in. And Dawson looks for Croft, who springs out of the way. Croft on offense.
And finds her.
Good throw from Kenley Croft. Dawson hung in there really well, though. But that brings Canada up to a 5-3 deficit.
It's going back and forth now. I know that Australia still has the lead here, but I mean, it's give and take at this moment.
Yeah, they've been very close sets. I mean, we have a pretty close score. It's kind of what we had hoped for.
Yeah.
That's what we said at the beginning of the match. We expected it to be close.
And maybe Canada can carry that momentum into this next game and close that gap even a little bit more. There's still a whole another half to go.
Yeah, 20 more minutes. It's getting late for everybody here, but the athletes still have a bunch of energy, so that's good. The funny feeling in the Toronto area where a lot of the Team Canada players are, even though it's almost 3 a.m. there, I'm guessing there's still a fair number of people who are watching the games.
Well, and you know that Australia is watching because they're all here yelling still, so.
Yeah, half their dodgeball community came and are in the stands. So.
Yeah. They don't know that it's almost midnight, I tell you that.
I have no idea what time it is in Australia right now. Yeah,
maybe it's like middle of the day. Maybe that's why they got so much energy.
Maybe it's easier for them to watch, yeah. And the second half about to start here. Moore going aggressive off the rush, but missing. Yeah, the windmill there from O'Quinn, missing. So Australia with the ball advantage now. And we see them going for Berkeley. That ball popped up, but it was not in play for anybody to save her.
So for those at home, you may have noticed that the women's lines are different than the men's lines. So the hard out for the women is that inner white line, and the men, they go all the way back to the last white line by the blue. So it's just a slightly smaller court for the women. Again, it's hard out, so they cannot step over that white line without being considered out, which is, again, not the way you want to go out and on the world stage.
Yeah.
But besides that, everything else is completely the same. It's the same balls, same amount of balls. Everything else between the women's and men's division is the same.
And that ball off by him popped up very hard. It was not something that any of her teammates could get to either to try and save her. Yeah, and the reason that the blue line is in front of the back women's line is to give the women about a 5-foot buffer to say, hey, if you're backing up, you're getting pretty close. Just a little visual warning to say that the back line is close. Australia playing this one well. We see some great counters there and eliminating more. Now it's just Jen Ritchie again. She might need to try and repeat some heroics from last time.
I think she's up to the challenge.
She's been here many times before. She is a dodgeball veteran. And now she's throwing, and she did get hit.
Looks like she got hit in the foot.
Yeah, it seemed like a low one that got her. And so Australia, they were up 2-1 and then 4-2 and 6-3. Some sort of math equation here. Australia determined to have a lead of twice as much as whatever Canada gets. See Coach Connor there just readjusting the balls to be exactly somewhere. And off the rush that time. Ooh, some back and forth. Young hit out, but so was Barry.
1 for 1 it looked like.
I think Canada down to 4. They hit out Keith. Now it's 4-on-4. Croft right up at the line again.
Keeping that line. She is holding it.
Yeah, and they managed to tag out Berkeley there. Now it'll be Australia's chance to go on the offensive. Spillane showing, but it's Mason throwing.
Looks like a block.
Yep. Ritchie gonna take opposite Dawson, and there's a big,
1 left.
yeah, Spillane getting hit out, and I think Mason got hit reaching for the potential team catch. But now it's just Dawson. We'll see if she can make another clutch solo catch. The ref's asking everybody to back all the way up.
Canada trying to counter with some cheers. And it works for them.
Yeah.
They take that game against Australia. So we're down to 4-6. It's a 2-match game. 2-game match.
Yeah. Yeah, still pretty close. Canada, if they can get a couple of quick points, they're right back in it. Australia, of course, is going to try and make sure that they keep the momentum for themselves. Keep playing that good, like you were saying, poised, just tactical game, a lot of accurate throws coming out of the Australians.
Yeah, they don't seem to get frazzled at all.
I think Canada's done a good job of staying. They don't seem to be as frustrated as often when things go wrong as they did earlier, so that's good too. And this time, burden to throw will be on Canada. They're holding 4 balls. And they miss. Going for Mason, but Mason's able to get up there, get a ball. That was starting to roll back to the Canada side. And we see Berkeley gets hit out in the corner. And O'Quinn's going to need to take over.
Maybe they can get some twin connections going, some telepathy.
I think that ball hit before, before it hit Keith, so she is safe. And Australia comes up. Oh, it's a good shot onto Barry from Spillane there. Yeah, substantial player edge now for the Australian team. 6-4. catch by O'Quinn. Canada not having as many catches as they did against Malaysia. But that was a good one to bring it up to a 5-on-5. Sorry, 5-on-4 now. The edge to Canada as Berkeley comes back on. Big aggressive throw towards Spillane. That is Croft missing.
Oh, and an exchange.
Yep, Berkeley and Spillane trading. Now Canada happy with this because I believe they made a catch as well. I think Mason asking what happened. Trying to find the extra ball perhaps that was off the court. Now Canada's up. Looking for Howes. And we see the cross-court attempt there. So Canada doing something interesting. Two people directly across from Howes pretending that they were going to be the ones to throw, and the actual throw on Howes came cross-court. I like it. Deceptive.
Yeah, very.
And now Mason and Melissa Howes goes for O'Quinn, missing.
See if Canada can get a team throw together here to close the gap. Good look. Oh, and Mason's out. One left for Australia.
That's just Howes. How's she going to do it?
And that's it.
She gets hit.
Canada's closing the gap. 5-6. There's still plenty of time left for Canada to take this next one and maybe even one more after that.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of executing on that last round. They're obviously able to convert with a pretty big player edge. We saw a bit of that catching come back that Canada displayed against Malaysia, but did not show too much of before this, earlier in this match. Jen Ritchie did have a couple in her solo show earlier.
Yep. But if the Australian fans have anything to say about it, which we can hear that they do, they're still hopeful here.
And Australia may be looking to shake up the momentum, has put in Gigi Fayad, who is number 23. Had been wearing the ball retriever pinny, but is now back in as a contributor. Ooh. And it looks like they get Young out there with the O-twin mill. And Australia to the line, looking for O'Quinn, who blocks. Now the count is on Canada. And they hit Fayad out. Good coordinated shots. Australia coming back and missing. So now it's back on to Canada. Australia retrieving that ball before it goes over to the Canadian side, and now Barry showing the aggressive moves, trying to make sure that they keep control. I think Berkeley hit there, yep. And so now Canada with 5. This comes up, hits out. Melissa Howes there. And so Canada threatening to tie this match back up. We've got Dawson who blocks. Ooh. That was a good attempt from Mason as well. Australia back up, looking for Barry, missing, but Mason hit on the counter by O'Quinn.
One left for Australia. Canada's closing this gap here. They want this one.
Yeah, Dawson is going to have to try and stop them from tying it up, but she gets hit in the feet as 3 balls come in. One of them finds her ankles, and we got a tie match.
There it is. There it is. It's 6-6 now. Canada came back. They came back swinging. They pulled themselves together, collected their thoughts, and they came back with a strategy, and it seems to be working for them.
Yeah, they've found their rhythm. They've won 2/3 of the last 6 points, I think. I don't know. Don't check my math. But Yeah, much stronger back half of the match so far from Canada than the way they started. The points still feel really close. I feel like some of it is just those little differences in execution. How well you are still able to hit a difficult shot, how well you're able to make a tough block.
So there's 10 minutes and 49 seconds still left on the clock. A lot of time left. Either team could take this one, and if need be, another one for sudden death. So this is a nail biter here.
And I think that was a timeout called by the Australians.
Yeah, Australia's going to have to come out with a little different strategy here. Canada seems to have taken the momentum back and kind of is controlling the game again, is what it feels like in the last couple matches. They're pushing the line more, they're throwing more, they're putting the energy on their side.
Yeah, they seem to have the initiative more often in these last few points than the Australians, and it's hard to put your finger on exactly what that is, like why that's changed, but so far so good for this match, being an exciting one. Fayad missing. And now we see Canadians conferring. He throws toward Fayad. That was miss. Maybe they want to pick on her. Don't let her get too warmed up, since this is only her second point of the match. And looks like Barry was hit. She was hoping for a pop-up that her team could have caught, but the ball did not bounce that way.
Australia still has their full squad in, it looks like.
Yeah, still alive. There are 10 minutes remaining in the match. Oh, we see.
Oh, Berkeley going for that pop-up, trying to get that catch to save herself, but just a bit out of reach.
Yeah, she didn't see it right away. Maybe if she saw it early enough, she could have got a better jump and tracked it down, but good effort. Ooh, big shot there, taking out Dawson, who's been a very reliable player in this match so far for Australia. But still, that's the first out to hit the Australian side in this point. And now there's a good shot onto the back of, I believe that was Spillane. And now we see Jeremy Kagaladen directing traffic. Croft got hit. Oh, and there's a hit as well to a Quinn. Hey, it's Jen Ritchie. She's the last one left again.
See if she can pull out a bunch of catches. Just right out of a hat. It's like magic.
Yeah, because right now, Australia with the 4-1 player edge. Ooh, there's a shot from Fayad that bounces off the official. Goes right back to her.
Looks like Jen's just waiting for that right moment. She's looking for one to come right to her.
I do expect she'll try and take a throw and then try to make a catch. As long as she has two balls, I think Jen Ritchie will not be shy about throwing one of them. Australia trying to wait out that throw from the Canadian solo player. And now the clock is on Ritchie. She may go cross body here. No, she goes straight towards Spillane. Oh.
And that's a game. Still plenty of time for another game for Canada to tie it up again.
Yeah, but Australia re-establishing themselves as the leaders in this match, and the crowd, maybe you can hear that, the crowd is enjoying cheering on the Australian side.
Sounds like this cheer is kind of just going in circles.
Yeah.
But they're enjoying themselves. Tell you what, they are having a blast.
Oh, and Fayad hit out there. I think everybody's still alive for Canada. And now we see them gunning for the middle, unable to find the mark. So yeah, Australia now going to want to reestablish that lead position. And some good block by O'Quinn and her sister making the catch. That is a big swing for the Canadians. Now we see just Dawson, Howes, and Young.
Oh, and the 2 more out.
And it's just
Dawson left with full Canadian squad on the other side.
Seems like if there's only one player left on the Australian side, it's probably Dawson. And on the Canadian team, it's probably Richie. But yeah, this is going to be a daunting task, trying to take out 6 members of the Canadian team. But Dawson will try going low toward Byam, missing, but blocking the counterattack from Croft. Dawson just going to try and find opportunities to even the odds as much as she can. Byam takes the shot but misses as Dawson moves laterally. Now Byam deferring to O'Quinn on the side with Croft holding the other ball for Canada. Ooh. Dawson finding that hit through the block of O'Quinn.
Taking her time, both teams taking their time.
Looking for Byam's ankles again, but now Canada. Oh, there's a good hit. Dawson did well to get her blocking balls on as much as she could, but 3 good shots right on the mark is tough to deal with.
And yet again, it's a tie game. We've got to be getting close to the end of time here. That would lead us into sudden death to see if there is who's going to win this game. I mean, they're keeping it real close for us.
I feel like if it does come down to a sudden death tiebreaker, that would be pretty fitting for this match.
It would.
Good way to end day 1.
That's what we were hoping for.
Yeah, we're in the 7th round of the round robin. It's 7-7. That's not the time. I just mean the score is 7-7. The local time is, oh my goodness, 12:15. When it's technically tomorrow, you know you've been at it for a while. And O'Quinn does get grazed there. Took 2 balls to do it, but they do knock her out. Byam will take over in the corner. And now Canada hoping to even the odds a bit. Ooh, that deflection. I think that did get Kagalatan. So we got ourselves interesting match. We got, I think that was a block there from Spillane. Now Australia up to the line, missing Byam, but it does look like Fayad was hit out. And the officials talking again. Coach Vic on the court for Canada. Standing in front of his team, maybe shielding them from the refs. I don't know. And they call it a catch. I didn't even see who made the catch on that one, to be totally honest.
Either, but it looks like Canada's got their full squad back in. 2 left for Australia.
Spillane. Ooh, no. That was Dawson making the shot. She's been very effective this match. Rowe comes to the line. Spillane absorbs the shot.
And a hit.
Yeah, and takes out Byam right in the shins. That seems to be where they're aiming on Emily Byam, is really low, between the knees and the ankles. Spillane missing into the middle, dealing with the counterattack well. So Australia with 4 balls to Canada's 2, which is the reverse of the player situation right now. Spillane coming up. Oh, no, it's Dawson who throws and makes the hit on Barry. And all of a sudden, this point that looked a little bit sure for Canada, not so sure anymore.
1v3.
Yeah, you saw the staggered throws from Canada. That first one got blocked, but the second one coming up on the shoulder. Now it's going to be up to Dawson, who is again the last player. Croft looking aggressive, blocks while she jumps. Faking the windmill and then the overhand. And blocking. Dawson also survives the attack from O'Quinn, who played it aggressively, blocking low there. Now Canada has that third ball, which opens up a lot of options and is going to make things harder on Dawson, but she lets it go. Canada resets. You see Shauna Rowe in the middle telling her team to settle. And those are the hits.
It's a hit.
So Canada with the lead.
For the first time in the game.
Yeah, this has been a hard-fought match.
Still enough time, though, for Australia to tie it up again. Just back and forth here.
Yeah, I could see the ref saying 3 minutes, I believe.
That's plenty enough time for Australia to get a big enough lead and then close out in
3 minutes. I mean, 1 point might last 3 minutes, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get at least one more full one in before sudden death. There's a shot blocked by Croft. That ball, ooh, it goes into the dead zone. Pretty tough for anyone to get to
like
that.
Like a black hole, that area on the court. It's very tricky to get to.
Yeah. It's a shot toward Mason that misses. Oh, Croft takes the shot on Spillane, who blocks it. Spillane just calmly holding the middle. And now Rowe with the only ball for Canada. So Rowe is right up there at the line, daring a bad throw in, and she gets one out from Fayad. Spillane taking a shot as well. And now all of a sudden Canada's got 3 balls again. Canadian fans cheering for Shauna Rowe there. Well, that cheer didn't last as long as an Australian one. 2 minutes, the call from the ref.
Very close game still here.
Yeah, we see O'Quinn hit out there, so now Barry's going to have to take over the corner. And we see some fakes getting some players to move, and there.
And an out in Canada's team. 4 against 5, it's looking like.
Yeah, House hit out, and then Croft as well. And there we see, wow.
Oh,
There's
man. 1 for 1 there.
Yep. Oh. Rowe and Spillane trading. Now we're down to 3-on-3. Again, it's fitting that this appears to be another super close point.
And the catch by Bayan before she gets out.
You can see her looking for that catch, and yeah, she just collapsed on that first ball. I think she's okay with getting hit by the second one as long as she makes the catch in the first place. Now Quinn with a block, dangerously close to that sideline, but maybe I should say she's just very aware of where the sideline is. I'm sure that was calculated. And the shot toward Fayad, and the shot on the other side. I believe that's Kagalita and still in. I think I just heard the 30-second call from the refs. Oh, great shot onto O'Quinn to bring it to a 2-on-2. Fayad and Kagalita now against the other O'Quinn sister and Veronica Berry. Oh, yes, that is a shot by Berry that hits Fayad out, and now 2-on-1. Berry going aggressive, missing. Kagalita with the ball advantage now, and we are going to sudden death.
Here it is. It's Australia's last chance to potentially tie up the game, or Canada can close out and win by 2. Seems to be some talking on the court.
I'm sure both coaches have words for their teams, or at least the members of it who are still in play. So there is no blocking. And we know that that means being able to evade the ball or make that snap decision to catch is going to be extra important. The Australian fans suggesting a cheer for the refs. That's taken up by the crowd. All right. We're just about ready to start again with Jessica O'Quinn and Veronica Berry for Canada.
Oh, good dodge.
Yeah, avoiding both of those throws. Oh, still up, and with all the balls. Oh, and a grab by O'Quinn.
Very great catch.
That was hands right in front of her face. She snatched that one out of the air.
I got to give it to Team Canada. They came back. They came back from being down by, I think, 3 at one point and ended up winning this whole match by 2. That is very impressive. They are a contender. They're definitely a team to be noticed here.
For sure. I mean, both of these teams we just saw play are 2 of the favorites for the gold medal in the women's division. I think, this might be a preview of the end of the tournament. So, hard-fought match. We were hoping for a close one, and that's very much what we got.
Here in the wee hours on the first day of the round robin for the WDBA World Championship here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and this, in fact, pretty much wraps day 1.
We start again tomorrow right here. Join us, please, on the YouTube channel. First games are at 3 p.m. If you are able to join us. First round looks like it's going to be Mexico versus Italy right here on court 1. So we hope to see you back here. Thank you for joining us, those who are still awake.
Yep. Yeah, and I think that'll just about do it for us. So my name's Terry Thrasher.
And I'm Elisa Westman.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.